After man's best friend misbehaves, we'd like to think dogs experience the feeling guilt. However, a recent study shows they do not feel guilt at all. This is sparking controversy among dog owners, as some are saying their beloved canines do in fact feel emotions regarding the consequences of misbehavior. Fox's Douglas Kennedy with that story.
A few months ago, suburban mom Maria Peters opened her front door and was greeted by her 7-year-old terrier, Zeus.
Hi!
Who had just chewed up her $300 Coach bag.
What did you do? Oh.
You knew he had done something wrong by the look on his face.
Right away. I instinctively.
Some dog owners call it the guilty look, a facial expression that seems to indicate a knowledge of bad behavior.
He has this look of guilt when he does things that we know we're going to find later somewhere in the house, that, disaster has happened while we stepped out of the house.
In fact, many dog owners have documented the look in pictures on the web and on YouTube. Most, like Maria, assume their playful pups feel guilty, so they look guilty.
They're not making the same associations.
This woman disagrees.
The guilty look does not signify a knowledge of a misdeed.
Julie Hecht calls herself a canine scientist and says she's been studying dog behavior for years, including at Barnard College's Dog Cognition Lab in New York City. Hecht recently conducted an exhaustive study of dog feelings, including whether dogs feel guilty when they do something wrong.
Dogs were told not to eat a treat, and then the owners left the room. When the owners were out of the room, the dogs either ate or didn't.
The dogs were then either scolded or not scolded, and the lab found only the scolded dogs looked guilty.
So we found that the dog's behavior is not dependent on what the dog did, but based on what the owner did.
So they're now saying that Zeus here doesn't actually feel human guilt, that dog owners like yourself have simply trained their dogs to act guilty.
I completely disagree with that. He knows when he's done wrong, and he will actually go so far as to punish himself and put himself in his crate.
Punishing himself because she says he knows he's guilty. In Pleasantville, New York, Douglas Kennedy, Fox News.
I don't know. A lot of dog owners would disagree.